Hey all, welcome to Astral Plains, the 8th location of the Mama Quilla questline. Okay, so in this quest we are here to get two astral pets for Mama Quilla, a cat and a llama. That is because she wants protection from Viracocha's rage. Now to get the constellations, astral pets, we need to light some constellations, which would be at the top of these mountains. So we need to climb each of them. I don't know what each means, but right now a character said that this is a cat peak, and at the top of it you will find the astral constellation of that makes the cat, something like that. So I think for the llama there would be another peak, another mountain. We'll find that, but for now let's get the cat. Okay, the lever seems to turn the direction of that crane. Before we turn the direction, let me just take these tiles, which have led me to yet another lever which is not accessible from here. So that's a dead end. Let's go to the other side now. Climbing down and then going to the other side. Speaking of the location, it's 605 tiles long and will cost around 2.54 million energy to clear completely. Quite high amount of energy for that number of tiles, so I think there would be a significant amount of tiles that cost these special god tiles, blue ones, Mama Quilla's 13,500 cost tiles. That's the dead end. We have no, that's not the dead end actually, but we can access it from any of the ends. The stone is what keeps us stuck. I need the crane facing the other way. Now I'll pull that stone, come back, turn the crane and go from the other side. Okay, nice. Have we reached the top? Light the sacrificial fire. Okay, symbol with the chalk. That's the matches on that stone. Let's light it up. And I don't know what happens. She stood on that symbol, we stood on this one. And the constellation revealed itself. Now we have to follow the way of sacrifice and light. Interesting. There is no ground here. We are walking in the sky over these lines. And only a small amount of area around Diggy is visible. The rest disappears, which would make it harder to find the path. This is a labyrinth kind of thing, a disappearing one on top of that. I think we have to reach all of the stars and tap each one of them to light them. Okay, we have reached the first stars. Okay, tapping them to light them. The star from here. We'll just continue on the way, trying to reach further stars. Okay, looks like I will have to go all the way back and then from the right side to reach the other stars. I think the area will reveal itself in its entirety after we light all the stars. So I really don't need to focus on all the tiles right now because I think we can see them all later. Another star, total of 8 stars. We have light 4. This path seems like we are going away from the stars. Looks like this was one of the paths that led to the starting. If we had went right from the start, then we would have encountered this one. Anyway, I guess we should go back because we've already explored the other side. Again, I'm digging just some tiles because we are far from the stars. We are not going towards the stars. But let's see what these paths lead us. They will probably lead us to one of the stars or more of the stars. Not one, we need 4 more. Okay, looks like we have found the path for 3 more stars on this side. The other one I don't know. Let's see, this top path probably leads to that upper top right star. Having to tap all these lines again only on the visible part, that is kind of boring. I could have simply tapped the star or the next tile otherwise, but we can't do that here. We have to tap only the visible area. So only a few steps at a time. Alright, just one more star is left. That is on the left. I think it will be reachable from the left side. Okay, here are a few tiles that we did not dig, so those are the ones that lead to it probably. No, these don't seem to lead there. This gave us a ruby instead. Let's continue further up. Okay, and an experience box, nothing else. Further up. Okay, looks like we found it. And that's the cat. Yes, the area has revealed itself as I had guessed. Now let's check if we missed any tiles. 1. Just 1. That's the cat. We need to tap it to fetch it. So don't forget to do that. Now let's talk to Mama Quilla's priest again. Or priestess, that is. Peak of Silver Hill, constellation number 2 is there. Cave is the shortcut. Hope the miners will not mind because Diggy is a miner himself. Okay. Miners are still here, not found of her. So we need to get her to the top without the miners noticing. Interesting. Only authorized persons and yes, keep that. Diggy is authorized to go further because they think he is somebody among them, somebody who has come to work here. Well, that is not the case, and they'll find that out later or never. Let's clear up the tiles, climbing the mountain. We still have to help the priestess back there. Just digging the tiles for now. Stone, I wonder what to do with the stone. Does not look like a hidden bonus anyway. We have 2 caves here and they don't lead anywhere. They are just interconnected in themselves. There must be a purpose they are interconnected. We'll find that out. Okay, if you want to use the crane, you need to tie it with something. Maybe a stone would be an ideal thing to tie it with. This is probably the purpose why the caves were made. Although I don't really see, because the stone on that bridge is not the correct way. We need to place the stone on this end. We have tied some cargo, but the crane still seems unusable. Okay, I don't know. Upper areas, they don't seem to be accessible, so I'm going back to the priestess. She still needs our help. We need to transport her all the way up. And for that purpose we are going to use this barrel. I don't know how she will be loaded into this. Maybe she does it automatically. Yes, she seems to have sand inside, and this barrel is probably the cargo we are transporting to the top of that hill. So this is how the cranes work. We have to place this barrel on the end, then the person near the lever will move and we pull it to bring it up. Similarly, we have to transport it all the way to the top. We can't push it directly up the stairs because that will just block the way. We have to use the cranes. This stone was useless. Let me just move that aside. I still did not see a purpose for the caves. So never mind. That was a dry spot. That is where we placed the barrel and she came out. So looks like we have successfully climbed the hill and it's time to get constellation number 2, the pet number 2, the Astral Llama. Looks like something very similar to what we did earlier. So let's light it up, stand on the symbol, and those are the stars which we need to light up. Right. So continuing doing the maze, finding all the paths, all the tiles, reaching out to the stars, lighting them all up. Okay, a lot of paths. We can either go towards the stars or continue digging all the tiles that we encounter. Whatever we do, that does not matter because if there aren't tiles left, then in the end they will reveal themselves. Okay, that's the first star. Similarly, all the remaining ones. Was that the only star accessible from here? We are going all the way back, it seems. I thought that will lead to the star, but no, it ended up with the experience box. This one most likely will lead to a star. And that's the second star. We still have 6 more stars. Even this path leads to a star. So 5 more to go. Now let's go back and try finding the way to the other ones. And that's all of them. Everything has lit up. Now let's see where we missed any tiles. Okay, quite some tiles on the bottom left that side. And looks like that's all. Don't forget to collect the pet. That is the most important thing after all. Awesome, we managed to get my mistress pet. Okay, so that is probably the end of the quest. Next step, we have to go to the city of gods and talk to Mama Quilla. That will just finish the quest off. Something terrible has happened, but whatever the terrible be, we'll see in the next location. For now, we have some tiles to dig. Something else as well, maybe. That's the feather part section, yes. Okay, a god child to start. Not a god, 3 god childs to start with. Interesting. And after the god childs are a lot of high cost tiles, so the god childs will just get consumed so quickly. So the stones, when I place on the symbols, they reveal some path. Interesting. We have a star there which we have to light up. And one of the person that was in the way has now moved over to the star, hence freeing up our way. So this was just the intro. Up ahead there are more complex versions of the same thing. This time we have several symbols and 4 stones. Okay, I might focus on the bottom layer first because that's how we enter in. We successfully have a path from which we can enter. Let me just randomly place the other stones as well. And then we'll just reach out to any stars we can possibly reach. Energy just runs out so quickly here. You can see a star at the end of this path. Okay, several people are in the center main way where we have to go further. So we need to light the star of each one of them to get rid of them. Okay, I've changed a few stones. We no longer lead the leftmost paths. So let's see what. I don't see any star that is accessible from this path. But of course there are tiles and I will dig all the tiles, of course. Nothing here either, so let's move the stones further towards the right. We don't need this one probably either. So placing it here for now. Although that probably seems to make, that is inaccessible from this side. Let me just take whatever is unlocked. There is a star on the left side here, but that is probably inaccessible from this side. And no stars here. We reached a dead end. So I'll have to figure out some other things, how to get to that other side. Center right is probably the correct way to reach it. And yes, that looks like the case. That's another star. Okay, let's go back to the drawing board. Now we no longer need the bottom right stone because we lit up its star. So move the bottom right to the top right, which has led us to yet another star. Okay, nice. Now there is one more star which we are yet to figure out how to reach. Perhaps I'll have to use the left, not the extreme left, but here this one. Now that forms a code box and has probably made that star accessible. Nice. That is the last star. The last person in the way will move away after we light this up. Now we can continue, but we don't know the path, so we'll have to change one of the stones. The one with the star we can move away because we have lit up the star. From the left it's not accessible. This side probably makes it accessible. So the one with the star I moved to this point, and yes, that seems to be the right path. We are almost done. No, not another harder variant of this puzzle. This was the last. Just need some food. I don't need a lot of food because for that final piece I don't use a speed potion. I just take it normally because that is really high cost. So there we go. We have dug up. Now just the missing tiles, and that's the last. So we are done. Thank you for watching. See you in the next location.